Hey, welcome back. We are breezing through hour two on this Liquid Lunch Frankful Friday edition. And Frankie was gone for a bunch of days there on his honeymoon. I missed him dearly, but he's back today, so it's a great Friday for me. It's a great Friday for you when Raheel Raza joins us, and she's the president of the Council for Muslims Facing Tomorrow. She's also the author of the book, Not My Jihad, Their Jihad, Not My Jihad. And Raheel joins us via Skype today. Raheel, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Hey, there she is. Hi, Raheel, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Greetings.
Yeah, I hear her.
Okay,
John.
good. Go for it.
So while John works on his earpiece situation, thank you again, Ms. Raza, for coming on. We're all big admirers of your work. I am curious. The issue everybody is talking about is Syria. Now, nobody's spoken more and written more about the issue of radical Islamic terrorism than you have. I'm curious what you think the implications of the withdrawal of American servicemen from northern Syria will be for the fight against ISIS in Syria and the fight against Islamic extremism overall.
Well, it is a very serious issue, and thank you for bringing it up. You know, in all this foofra that's going on about the elections, and you're right, people have tended to ignore this issue of radicalization, and the extremists are laughing all the way because the attention has been diverted. Now, you know, the Kurds have been very strong fighters, and, you know, they have been a great ally of the United States, and they have been holding ISIS fighters. Now, with the withdrawal of the U.S.-American troops, there is a possibility that they will have to let them go. And where are they going to go? They're going to go back and start doing exactly what they were doing before. So that's a very dangerous trajectory, which people haven't taken into consideration. And, you know, as a human rights activist, I also feel that there are some communities in the world that are considered, expendable. And the Kurds, unfortunately, happen to be one of them. They have been fighting for a homeland. They've been struggling for a homeland for so many years. They had the American support. They were good friends to the United States. And the sudden withdrawal has really thrown a curve because Turkey, as you know, is not only poised, but has already started the attacks. Turkey has a history of genocide, as they did with the Armenians. The Kurds have always been a thorn in their side because Turkey wants access to that, that long border where Iraq and Syria are there. And nobody in Iraq and Syria are also speaking out. And these are the areas where extremism, terrorism, radicalization, violence has been at its height. So it gives an opportunity to those extremists to strengthen themselves again, to feel that their attention towards them has been deflected. And they are going to flex their muscle because their war is a long-term war. While the rest of the world can be embroiled in these issues of, impeachment and, talks about who's a friend and who is not, the extremists have stayed steady on their course. They know, they have said very clearly that they are going to destroy the West, and they're going to use any way to do it. So when they see a weakness, when they see a loophole, when they see a window of opportunity, they will have no qualms about jumping straight into it.
Let me ask you as well about this news that broke this morning regarding this Iranian oil tanker near Saudi Arabia that was hit by missiles. Do we know whose missiles they were and what the implications of this are for the region?
Well, regardless of whose missiles it was, you know that this feud between Saudi Arabia and Iran is a long one. It started with Khomeini, and it is a Shia-Sunni feud, battle, whatever you want to call it. And unfortunately, as a Muslim human rights activist, Muslims have been the largest victims of this battle between Iran and Saudi Arabia. And I feel very strongly that the superpower of the world, the United States, should intervene. They should take some strong measures. I know that they have excellent relations with Saudi Arabia for oil, for finance, for trillions of dollars in business, but there should be human dignity here, and they need to pressure both these countries not to get embroiled, because this is going to be the beginning of a huge catastrophe for the entire world, not to say the Middle East.
Well,
because
it's certainly an issue that's not going anywhere, and we're going to use you hopefully in the future to help us monitor it. I want to encourage everybody to check out your book, Their Jihad, Not My Jihad. Raheel, Raza, thank you so much. I hope we can talk again soon.
My pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, you're watching Liquid Lunch on NEWSMAX TV. When we return, we could use a little Sephoria, one of my favorite drinks.
And more than Sephoria, we could use a little yas.
We could use a lot of yas.
Everybody needs a little yas in their life, and she's going to be here right after this.
That's for sure.